Yeah, just really loved the way that our guys approached the preparation for the game, and I really thought in the first half every guy that went in the game for us had a single-minded purpose to play Marquette defense, which we don't take that for granted because that's been elusive for us for much of this year. But I thought, Creighton's a good offensive team. They were very difficult to guard at their place. The way that our guys defended in the first half, there was deflections, there was a lot of activity, there was helping each other, there was communication. We guarded the pick and roll well, we rotated well, and that's how we built the lead. Obviously, it helps to shoot 69% from the field in the first half. We can't always depend on that, but I thought that there was a connection between our guys' aggressiveness on the defensive end and then the crispness with which we played on the offensive end.
I mean, that point of attack defense hasn't been up to your standards in recent games. I mean, how do you teach that with the players? Is it just something that they have to lock into during a game like tonight?
Well, I think it starts, Ben, with having a collective approach in terms of how we want to defend these guys, and then really stepping forward for each guy with what's required. So if you're guarding at the point of attack, whether it's Adrian Stevens, Nigel James Jr., Chase Ross, you have to take on that challenge. It's not easy. We're playing against Big East players. We're asking our guys to heat up the ball all the way out to half court and have a level of aggressiveness. I thought the guys did a great job with that. You remember the game in Omaha. Nick Graves scored, I think, 17 points in about 5 minutes against. He just came in the game and just went nuts. And that was a point of emphasis. We needed to do a better job on him tonight, and we did.
Adrian said he studies Stevie Mitchell defensive tape. You've compared the two players before, and Stevie was in the house tonight. I mean, how has Adrian kind of learned to impact the game defensively as a freshman?
Well, first of all, congrats to Stevie for winning the McCahill Award, the most prestigious award that a Marquette student-athlete can win. It was moving before the game to be part of the ceremony. Stevie being acknowledged for that award. Pretty impressive list of people that have won that award, and not only impressive what they've done at Marquette, but then beyond, who they've become as adults. This game, throughout the game, I thought about two people, Stevie Mitchell and Dr. Lovell. Every year when I don't really like this, I like the color. I don't like wearing this color on me because I'll tell you later, Ben, why. I prefer, blue, championship blue, white, our other colors that we wear. But every year we wear this once a year. And I guess it's not officially the Dr. Lovell game anymore, but I think of him throughout the game, and his spirit was with us today. And then Stevie being in the gym, hopefully our guys, felt. I told Stevie, you need to give the pregame talk. He didn't want to do it. I said, you got to do it. I think, part of it is it's hard to transition away from Marquette. This is a special place. And whether Stevie Mitchell, Cam Jones, David Joplin, even Tyler and Oso, as well as those guys are doing, it's hard for them to leave here, and sometimes hard to accept that they're not playing here anymore. But he finally agreed to do it. I thought he did a great job, and he basically just told those guys, you got to go attack. You got to play with a level of aggressiveness, and the guys did.
Royce had another really good game, 19 points, 9 of 11 shooting. I know that making shots down low hasn't always been the easiest thing for you guys this year. Just him tonight, what was working well for him, and how did that translate into what we saw?
His aggressiveness has really grown. I think Royce and Demarius, those guys are night and day different than they were at the beginning of their sophomore year. We knew they would be. We just didn't know exactly when it would come. I like Royce's confidence and his aggressiveness right now. I told him going into the game I wanted him to get 15 to 20 shot attempts. He only got 11, but he was very efficient, and I thought the aggressiveness with which he played was what was more important than the total number of attempts. He's dunking the ball more, which is no small thing. You know, we shoot a higher percentage when we dunk as opposed to when we try to lay it up. So as much as possible, dunk the ball. And Creighton does a lot of switching. So we knew that there was going to be different guys on him, and at times there was going to be some smaller guys on him that he could use physicality against and get all the way to the basket. Not 4 feet from the basket, not 2 feet from the basket, all the way to the basket.
You held Creighton to 4 free throw attempts. How were you able to play such aggressive defense but not foul?
Well, it's amazing. Like sometimes as a defensive team, you foul less by being more aggressive. And sometimes you foul more by being less aggressive. To start the half, we had 3 fouls that were called on us in succession that were fouls because our aggressiveness and our readiness was a little bit down from where it was in the first half. But I thought for most of the game, our guys played with good positional defense. Adrian Stevens especially used his feet, tried to stay in front of those guys. They made some shots, but in terms of like moving our feet, trying to take away their actions, take away some of their drives, I thought the guys did a good job.
That was me, sorry. You guys obviously tonight, or excuse me, Nigel James Jr., obviously we've talked so much about him maybe scoring the basketball. I think maybe he's done that a lot more. But can you kind of talk about, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals, how he kind of can find other ways to impact the game aside from the scoring as well?
Yeah, he keeps getting better and better. And the exciting thing about NJ is he's just getting started. I mean, he's got so much potential as a leader, as a point guard, as a guy out there like truly commanding the game and running the show and running the team. I'm so proud of his growth as a floor leader out there and an extension of me. And one of the reasons that he's playing so well is because he's very, very, very aware and present in the moment. There's nothing else going on right now for him other than trying to prepare to win a basketball game for Marquette and play the very best he can. There's a power in that. There's a power in that. There's a lesson in that for young players on our team and anyone else that's watching him. As soon as somebody's mind gets clouded and they're focused on something else, even if it's 1%, 2%, 5% of their mind, they don't play as well. He's crystal clear right now with what he needs to go do, and he's going after it with reckless abandon. That's how he plays. And one of the things that's fun, you saw this with Stevie when he was a young player. You saw this with Cam. Tyler for sure, is that our crowd, our fans, the appreciation for NJ is growing by the game. And that's what happens when you have a program and you have players that care about the program. He cares about Marquette. He cares about the people here. He wants to do well. He wants to win. And nobody's more disappointed if we don't win than him. And so we just got to keep growing him up.
We've talked about how you guys have been improved, so much more improved in the last couple weeks. How do you think the guys have just maintained their focus this season without letting the season spiral on them?
Well, when we played Creighton the first time, it was the game right before Christmas. We had some challenges going on our team that we were dealing with. We came back from the holidays, trying to sort some things out on our team, trying to work through how we could be the best version of us. I did think right around when we played Seton Hall, I just could sense a shift in our guys in terms of, okay, coming together, a common cause, but now, you're playing against really good teams, and it's not just going to happen for you. And at the same time, you got to learn how to win. We're up in that game by 7 with 3.5 minutes to go, and we lose the game. And those games are devastating. Listen, there's nobody really, probably other than me, that feels worse if our team loses. So our team, has gone through some challenges. But the one thing I give our guys a lot of credit for is every day they come to Caston Gymnasium, they come to work, they come with energy. They run into the gym literally together as a group from the weight room, and everyone's high-fiving, and there's a level of energy there. Does that mean it's perfect? No. But they're growing up. I mean, that's what's supposed to happen for young players as they gain experience. NJ, Adrian, Royce, Demarius, if you just look at the number of minutes they've played relative to where they were a month or two ago, it's night and day how much more experience they have. Chase Ross, Ben Gold, those guys have settled in a little bit. They were putting a ton of pressure on themselves. I mean, put yourself in their shoes. Those guys, all they've done since they've been here is win, and then they've gone through what they've gone through this year. It's challenging. Again, nobody feels worse than them, but they have character. So now they're bouncing back. I'm really happy for Chase because you can see in our last handful of games just a little bit more clarity to go attack and understand, let me be the best version of Chase. I don't need to try to be Cam. I don't need to try to be Tyler. I'm not them. Let me just be the best version of me that I can be.
Back to Adrian, like what do you like most about the way he's playing right now?
Man, that guy could be so good. I mean, he can be so good. The biggest thing with Adrian is I got to continue to help him. We have to continue to help him. He has to take ownership of getting so unbelievably comfortable in his own skin as a basketball player with a Marquette uniform on that he can just go out there and go after it with everything he has. When he does that, he'll be an all Big East player. As a freshman right now, he's still sorting through, can I do this? Can I do that? What happens when this happens? In our last game, he had a couple unfortunate plays that occurred early in the game, and he's so caring about doing the right thing that, it snowballed on him a little bit to, he was down because he wasn't playing as well as he wanted to play. That's going to happen. Those two freshman guards, they're roommates. I tell them all the time, open your door, because they both have doors on their bedroom, and so they have separate bedrooms. And just open your door, man. Come together, because if you can bring the best of you to help this one, and then if you can bring the best of you to help this one, then we got something. We really, really got something here. And the freshmen, they're going to mess a lot of things up. But they've got heart. They have character. And when you combine that with their growing experience and then some of the growth that our other guys are making, we have a chance. That doesn't guarantee anything, but we have a chance. But, his future's bright because he can really shoot. And you can call an action for him, and he can come off the action out of a timeout or out of a set play and shoot the ball in. And that's really meaningful. Thank you, guys.